Okay, I don't know if you can see me. Let's do a video. Okay, so this video is going to be called "Why I Don't Work with the Fae." Why I don't work with the Fae. Why I don't work with fairy spirits, and why most of my workings are with. I'll get into it a lot more. I work a lot with the mighty dead, and I work with dark goddess energies and dark goddess vibrations. I'm a goddess loving witch as well as a god loving witch. I have many spirits that I work with, but none that are like when I was becoming a witch, I wanted to do something that was different from the rest. I wanted to have a whole, like, my cabinet and my spiritual fortress is set up with spirits that are not spirits that everybody works with. You know what I mean? Like, I don't work with every spirit that everybody else works with. I don't work with the Fae. I work with spirits like the Pegasi or the Pegasi of Oceania and of Zeus. There's other spirits that I work with as well, but it's like I don't work with the Fae. The closest thing I get to the Fae is the Jinn or the Genie, the Arabic Jinn, or other spirits like Balinese spirits, very protective spirits. And the most I work with, if I work with the Fae, is like house spirits. I like nymphs and naiads, and I really, really like hobgoblins, but that's about it. Those are just things that I like, you know what I mean? Like, I've been a fan of the history, and I really enjoy hearing about the history. But other than that, I don't work with the Fae. And here's why. It is like so many witches that you see today, especially traditional witches, or Wiccans, I should say, are working with the Fae. And it's something that I don't do necessarily because I don't want to be that same witch that is doing this, the same witch that's doing that. I'll literally work with my own energies. I literally pull from my own list of deities and spirit forms. And that's what I do. I am a dark witch. I'm not even a dark witch. I'm not even a gray witch. I literally work with whatever I feel I need to at the time, but I'd consider myself more of a gray witch if I had to say anything. Like I said, I get on here and you'll see videos of me working with all types of stuff, ceremonial swords to bone throwing, a lot of stuff. I really like working with bone throwing, and I have a deer skull, a fawn skull that sits on um my pagan altar along with Hecate and Baphomet, and some trees. So that's kind of what I do in terms of the spirits that I'm working with right now. I also work with Hecate. You'll know by my videos if you've seen any of my other videos that I do work with her, and there will be other videos on Hecate. I'm not doing a whole series on her, even though there's so much to learn. She's so enriching, but it's like I don't want to get into that right now. I just wanted, this video is literally about why I don't work with the Fae. I have my own set of spirits, and that's about it. But they're very protective spirits, and they're very honorable spirits. And I work with my ancestors, and I work with my Amakua, and specifically when I trace my ancestry through the witch trials, I traced it to Western magic. So that's kind of the traditions that I'm working with. Western and Eastern magics are what connects me, and also the just the total, like, I am a full blown witch from head to toe, and that is what I work with. I literally I I just want to say that I don't work with the Fae. I don't work with the Fae. I do the most I've worked with in terms of the Fae was when I was a little kid, and that's when I would go fairy hunting, and that was about it. And I grew out of that, and I would still look for the Fae or fairy spirits and sprites and all that when I was very young, up until I was in my late teens, and then I grew out of it, and I was like, I'm gonna develop a circuit of witchcraft in my craft that's only for me, personally for me. So that's kind of what I've been doing. Um Literally I work with my own spirits, and that's just me. But anyways, I hope everybody is having a good week. And I just wanted to come on here and just share a little tiny bit of information. This shouldn't have taken 5 minutes long. It literally took 5 minutes just for me to say that I don't work with fae spirits. That's crazy. I'm very fascinated by some of them, but I just don't work with them. If I do work with them, it's like Pegasi or Balinese spirits, or I have worked with gnomes. I take that back. I did like gnomes, and I did have like 3 or 4 gnome statues that I collected over the years, and I worked with them. But they steal things. They steal things quite a bit. I would literally have my whole house lost in a week. I literally like lose everything in a week because I worked with the Fae when I was young, and I actually grew a bond, and so it grew from there. But I don't work with the Fae, and I don't want to work with the Fae. But I find stories that people share here in the community of witchcraft, like I find them very intriguing. And if I do work with anything like that, it's like I said, it's Balinese spirits and Eastern spirits and Asiatic and island spirits. And the closest I've came since I was a kid to working with the Fae is Pegasi. And that's about it. But blessed be. Everybody have a good week.